bucket of mom.
What is going on YouTube? I'm Project Shadow, and today I'm going to be doing a vlog talking about my honest opinion and my review about the new pop culture icon, the new mobile app that I'm sure many of you know, Pokemon Go. I don't know why it's blowing up this big. I thought it was just going to be a big thing with Pokemon fans, which I know there's always an increasing amount of Pokemon fans, especially with 20th year anniversary of Pokemon and the new Pokemon games, which I'm very excited for, coming out Sun and Moon this November. But it's just blown up, and I know I'm very late to the party but I really wanted to play a lot. It's been close to a week since its release, and I've been playing it here and there. So I wanted to give my review and kind of some pros and cons. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it. My first pro is this app really encourages mobile activity, physical activity, wow. But it encourages physical activity, and I think that's amazing, especially where I live, USA. Our physical activity isn't very common. As you can see from me, I'm a pretty heavy set guy. I don't really get out that much, but this app has honestly got me out a lot more than I thought it would. It really encourages you and rewards you for going outside, is really what I want to say, because you find these Pokestops where are just basically landmarks around where you live, and they reward you by giving you items such as raspberries, Pokeballs, potions, revives, and stuff like that. Which I think is amazing. You could stay home with this app, but it's going to cost you real life money, because what you end up doing is using odd incense, or I think that's what they're called, incense. And sorry if I'm butchering any of these words. Pokemon has always been a big thing about that, butchering words, but you basically use incense, have the Pokemon come to you, but the bad thing about that is the only Pokemon that are going to come to you are Pokemon that live around your area. Like, for example, I live in a very countryside area, so all we really get are Rattatas, Pidgeys, Ponytas, and a couple of like sand and normal type Pokemon. I think the rarest Pokemon I've found so far are Rhyhorn and Rhydon, which were just out of the blue crazy. I'm not fighting any Squirtles, Bulbasaurs, or Pikachus at any time until I go into town, probably. But the next pro I wanted to talk about was the fact that I think the way you capture Pokemon is amazing. It's a lot different than what actual catching the Pokemon, the main series games are. The main series games, you send out your own Pokemon, you battle them, you weaken them, then you throw a Pokeball and catch them. And this mobile app game is completely gone away. I think it's more tuned towards, it has more of a skill curve. It's a lot harder, I feel like. Which can be viewed as a good or a bad thing. It basically also uses a feature, an AR feature, so where you could actually have your phone catch the Pokemon, you can actually see what your camera sees, and it kind of has a digital, like for example, if you're capturing a Pidgey, which is a small bird, you see a Pidgey like on your table or something, or in the middle of the street. It's kind of cool. But I will say, this is my first tip I'm going to give you guys. If you really want to catch them all, and you don't want to waste a lot of Pokeballs, the AR mode, in my opinion, is really only good for pictures and kind of immersion if you're really into that. Other than that, it makes it really difficult to capture Pokemon because they can move a lot if you move just slightly. If you turn off the AR mode, you get generic Greenfield or generic Forest, this and that, but they do not move. They're very stationary, so you're able to throw Pokeballs that way. The next pro I kind of want to hit hard in is the fact that this brings communities and people that you wouldn't even expect together. Just the other day, I was going on a Pokewalk, which is a big thing. I didn't come up with before, don't trust me on that one. I was going around, and there was this guy in his truck that was driving around. I thought I was kind of thing. I kind of knew what he was doing, but he was parking in different spots where I knew where Pokestops were, and he just looked at me, and I looked at him, and we just stared at each other, and he lifted up his phone, indicated that he was playing Pokemon Go, because he knew I was, because I was wearing my hat, this Gengar hat, and I was also going around with my head like this to my phone, which I will give you guys a little bit of warning right now. Be aware of your surroundings. When you start the app, it automatically tells you be aware of your surroundings. I cannot tell you guys anymore. Have fun with the game, but be safe. And with that being said, I want to go ahead and go into some of the cons. These are not because I hate the game. I love this game. It is amazing. But unfortunately, there are some things wrong with it. My first being the servers are atrocious. The servers are probably the worst servers I've ever played on, other than smaller multiplayer games. They crash continuously. I can't get into a... They've been improved a little bit over the week, but you can still kind of tell. I'll throw a Pokeball, and you basically pray to God that it starts rocking and rolling so it can be captured. I've had it way too much where there's a Pokemon I really, really want. I throw a Pokeball, and the game crashes and freezes. Or I'll have it to where it'll randomly freeze, and my phone will overheat, and it's really weird. I don't know why. But it'll sit there and just freeze. Nothing will happen. You're not able to do anything, or anything. My next complaint is that this might be a controversial complaint, but I'm not filled with money. I don't have the biggest paycheck in the world, and I understand that it's a free-to-play game. They have to make money somehow, some way. But I feel like Pokeballs are too far and too few in between. Me personally, I live about a 1.5 mile hike away from the nearest Pokestop, and which is no problem. But some days I can't do it, and like even right now, I'm out of Pokeballs. I'm not really able to do anything but walk around and hopefully hatch a few eggs. The biggest problem I feel like is when you go to a Pokestop, you can get the max of like I think 4 or 5 Pokeballs, but if you're not really good at throwing Pokeballs, you're gonna run out very quickly. This game basically encourages you to buy stuff, buy the coins with your real life money, and buy the items you need. Which I can't really complain because, like I said before, it's a free to play game. They need to make their money somehow. But give a little leeway, you know. Give incentive to buy these Pokeballs, don't get me wrong, but don't make it to where you completely screw everyone else that can't afford to buy the Pokeballs all the time, because they're disposable items and they go very quickly. My next complaint, and this I haven't really heard around a lot, and maybe because I live in a smaller town, and as you guys might find out, especially if you have parents, or if you're just you're not living by yourself, you're not paying for your own cell phone plan, data. Mobile data is the biggest issue that's running into right now. Like I said, we're not in the biggest income right now, so we are running on only 2 gigabytes of data, and this game does require data. And I know it's a stupid complaint that can't be changed, but just me want to kind of get off my chest. Be very, very, very careful of your data. I really wish there was some way I just wish there was some way to avoid it, but there really isn't. But like I said, that's the biggest issue I have with it right now, is just it uses so much data. And that's going to kind of lead to my next complaint. My next con, and I know there's a big list of cons right now, but because it's a new game, there's going to be complaints. And I'm not complaining about this game because it's bad, like I said. I'm complaining about it because they want them to, if they watch my video, which I highly doubt they will, but if they do, these are just some of my complaints. I'm not saying fix them all, because like the data one, there's nothing you can really do. My next complaint, though, is that this app kills your battery. I can play this app for maybe 1 hour and I'll go, and I don't have an iPhone. I have a Samsung, which they have pretty good battery life, but it just drains your battery no matter what phone you have. I don't know anyone that has an iPhone right now, so I'll definitely try and see what it does to those, but I'm sure it kills their battery even worse. I don't know if it's because it uses GPS or whatever, but one thing I would recommend is turn off the AR if you want to save your battery, because the AR in the app kills your battery. That's the thing about this app. It will kill your battery. So if you have a mobile charger or whatever, you're good, because you need it. This app kills your battery. So but anyway, guys, I really hope you guys don't think I hate this app just because there's some things I was complaining about. They're more bad than good at this point, but like I said, this game is amazing. Definitely try it out. Get some friends, go around to Pokestops, spout some gems. If you guys really want to know, I'm Team Instinct. A lot of people don't like Team Instinct, but I love Zapdos. I love the whole feeling of leveling up your Pokemon, hatching eggs. That's what Team Instinct's about. So that's why I'm Team Instinct all the way. And I know some people are going to roast me about it, and some people are going to roast me just for liking Pokemon. So whatever, keep it on. But if you guys do love Pokemon, tell me in the comments, what team are you part of, and are you loving the app so far? Anyway guys, hope you have an awesome day, and peace!